Welcome back to our Bhava Sunday broadcast. I hope you are all doing amazing out there. You've had a great week. We've got a great weekend behind us and a great week ahead of us. I so appreciate you being here. Hey, for those of you who are not familiar with us yet, we are the Bhava Spiritual Mission. We are a digital church. We are non-denominational, truly welcoming of all walks of life and all faiths. Our goal is to help you connect to divine spirit primarily through the modalities of psychic intuition, channeling, and mediumship. And today we're here to bring through a message from spirit and bring some of our Bhava leadership team together to discuss and expand on the channeled message and bring you into the conversation to have a Q&A, have a discussion. So when you hear the message today, feel free to leave a comment. We're going to bring you up with us and we're going to talk to you. My name is Ingrid Turner. I am the founder of the Bhava Spiritual Mission and I run our school. So our ministry is to help you connect with your spiritual gifts more deeply, to do the deeper healing work, to enable you to build your own platform and take your message out into the world. If you feel called to be an ambassador for divine spirit in whatever capacity that is, this is the place for you to help you build that for yourself. So that's what we do, Bhava in a nutshell. So thank you so much for being here today. So appreciate you and really looking forward to diving in. Our format today. So like I said, we're going to deliver the message from divine spirit. So I'll take us through a short grounding meditation. I'll read the message as it was dictated to me from my spirit guide. His name is Mons. He's my user-friendly interface with the divine. He shows up and we have a conversation, and my job, unglorious as it is to get out of the way and give it to you most clear and precisely as I can. So once I read this message to you, I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and then we're going to bring on our Bhava babes. We have Charlotte Baggett and Daphne Gerry on, and they have both gone through our leadership ministry, graduated, and are divine ambassadors out there for spirit and ordained Bhava ministers. So we're going to talk about the message. They have their own stuff they're going to share. They've gotten the message a little early and they're going to expand on it for us. And then we're going to bring you on and so that you can help us expand on this message. I always use the analogy of a patchwork quilt. If you've watched this broadcast before, you've heard it before. It's like we all have a piece. Since we are here in the physical experience, it is by definition a limited experience. And so we get one piece and we get it through the lens of our perception, but we've all got a different piece of the patchwork quilt and we're going to stitch it together so that we have a broader, bigger understanding of the message from spirit today and how we can apply this to our lives moving forward into this next week. All of these messages are evergreen. So what that means is when you get the message is when you're meant to get the message. And you can apply it right away, incorporate it into your spiritual practice. That is the goal, is to open ourselves up to spirit, to move ourselves out of fear and to move ourselves into love and bring in this new earth. That is what we're all about at the Bhava Mission, is helping make the world a better place and raise the consciousness of the planet, one beautiful, gorgeous individual and broadcast at a time. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and ground ourselves and then I'll give you the message. So if you're watching and you're able to, go ahead and close your eyes with me. And I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel your energy pool in your root chakra. Maybe it'll feel warm or tingly. You'll just be aware that it's happening. Take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet. Move up your legs and pull again in the root chakra and exhale into your root chakra. All right, I want to encourage you to keep your eyes closed, relax your being, relax your body, open yourself up to divine spirit. Let the message land in your whole being. Let your body, your spirit, your emotions, your mind integrate it. Don't worry too much about remembering everything that was said. Just let it sink into your body and trust that you're going to recall what you need to recall when you need to recall it. Today's message. The cause of much suffering for you is the struggle to make meaning of your life. There is no meaning for you to create. Your original human objective is to be with your heart. And meaning, such glorious, joyful, rampaging meaning, springs from that center and only that center. That is the seat of the divine in your physical body, your heart. You're not on this earth to struggle, but this is a choice that is honored, like all human choices. What we wish to impart to you today, dearest ones, is ease. We wish for you ease. Do not mistake us. We don't mean complacency. We mean heart ease. And from that place of heart ease, what must spring forth is robust, excited action. And that is how the meaning you search for is made manifest. This is where you discover true fulfillment, that which you inherently sense is available to you. But this fulfillment is not built from frenzy. There is no scrambling for this meaning. It emerges from a heart at ease. And this personal fulfillment that comes from the joy, the love, the faith in your heart, it ripples and tumbles out of you and makes collective meaning too. It fosters the energies of unity, community, and support. It uplifts everyone in your sphere. Your heart ease impacts thousands. To be in your heart is to let all be for this moment. Let your identities be, the roles you create for yourself and those created for you. Let be your pain, old wounds and new. Let be your relationships, the troubles and the attachments. Let be your fears. Let be your judgments, your stories. Let be your conditioning, your habits. Let all of yourself, all of your experience, just be. You don't need to have a big release. You just need to let be and cease the struggle. And this moves you into your heart. Gratitude and love are like bullet trains to the center of your heart, to your God self. Repeat to yourself, thank you, I love you, over and over again until you reach your destination. It doesn't take long. Cultivating heart ease is the great work of the human collective. To foster the heart at ease and step into the truest meaning of your experience on this new earth. Okay. So this message just came together in pieces for me this week. And I really enjoyed tuning into Divine Spirit, tuning into my guide who just brings it all together for me and dictating what he gave to me in this capacity. And at first, it made me think of the documentary Becoming Nobody about Ram Dass. In that documentary, there's a scene where Ram Dass is giving a lecture and he's talking about how his guide, Emilio, I think is his name or something like that, I don't remember, talked about life as an ill-fitting shoe. And that it's uncomfortable, it's tight, it's a container. And that's what came to me as I was downloading this message is the meaning we're trying to make in our life, the struggle to give our life something substantial, to make it substantial in some way, is what makes life feel like an ill-fitting shoe, what makes it tight and uncomfortable and like that kind of feeling. This message first came to me in sort of a bummer way this week. I was laying in bed at night and not sleeping, and I got this sort of feeling of existential disillusionment as I dropped into my heart, and I felt, there's no point. This is where I got to there's no point. It was almost sort of a depressive feeling. But, I know enough from my spiritual journey not to take my mental stories too seriously and to allow them to come to fruition and become more. So I kind of sat there sort of the top level of my heart with this sort of realization of the sort of the meaning that I'm trying to create in my life is just a struggle. It's just a lot of work. And I felt tired. I didn't want to do it anymore. I just thought, gosh, I'd like to just go home to divine spirit. It's like, wow. And yet I also know, because I felt it before, I've reached that place inside me that the divine spirit home is here in this moment. But I noticed myself sort of this top layer of this message was this existential disillusionment, where it's like, what's the point? Okay. So feeling that existential disillusionment, but also sensing that there was more underneath that, I let it be, which apparently was a very good thing to do, according to Spirit today with today's message. I let it be. And gradually over the next couple of days, I sank a little deeper and a little deeper. And then I felt something really cool where I just, for the first time ever, I felt my heart really physically open. And I opened myself up to possibilities I'd never opened myself up to before by letting go of the struggle to create meaning with my own life. And the way I've tried to create meaning is to be a spiritual ambassador, to create the Bhava Mission, to create forums. And that's all fine and great. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's absolutely a heart calling, but it's also where I have made the opportunities in life, the options for my potential for real happiness and deep fulfillment. I made about that big because I've got an identity I'm trying to lock in with, a way that I'm trying to make something meaningful. And there's a way to do that. I got to work. I got to struggle for that. I got to make that happen. And that was mostly unconscious, some conscious, some unconscious. And this week I just let it go. And I opened up to possibilities that I'd never opened myself up to before. And I don't even know what those are. I don't have a form for them. It's more of a feeling. It's like, whoa. And I felt in that moment this very big energy, like this attraction energy. And instead of feeling anxious about what's next, which is how I normally feel, how most of us feel when we're kind of like trying to figure things out, right? Instead, I felt this excitement or anticipation, joyful anticipation. And so when I came into channel the message, this was sort of coalescing back here. It hadn't come together in really strong form. It was more feelings I'd experienced throughout the week. And then in it came, dictated from Spirit in this way. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that Spirit brought through because I think it could use some expansion. Letting be versus letting go. Letting be versus letting go. What I felt Spirit was really trying to intimate to us in this message is you don't have to be a perfect spiritual being to live and express and experience this heart ease, this wide opening to all of the possibilities. That's what it feels like to me. Heart ease is this wide opening to all of the possibilities. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have this big cleansing and clearing and done all this work and, be the best spiritual person you can be. You just be and let everything that's going on around you just be exactly what it is. Like get into this radical acceptance of simply what is. And that clunks you down into your heart. Letting be and letting go is really different. See, it's not different. It's letting be is the path to letting go. When we try and let go of something, we're creating more attachment to it, more of a bond with it, because letting go is not an action. It's the opposite of an action. And so when we're trying to let go, we're trying to do something. We're actually creating an action out of something that's a non-action. So stop trying to be better and just let it be. And this letting it be leads to the release, to letting go of whatever is keeping you in this state of struggle, attempting to find meaning and fulfillment. We're all doing this because we can sense it. We know that fulfillment, that deep, meaningful fulfillment is out there for us. And again, Spirit comes and tells us in all kinds of different ways that finding our own core center, fulfillment, meaning, love, it ripples out to everybody around us. This is how we shift the energy on the planet, shift into this new paradigm, is by focusing on the new paradigm for ourselves, tapping into that energy for ourselves. And our work alone, that does everything. That ripples out to thousands of people. It's just incredible the way they show it to me. It's just like all over the planet. So I also found that Spirit was alluding to and bringing back in last week's message about radical gratitude. And if you didn't see our broadcast last week, it would be worth revisiting, because it's a way to apply. We're kind of finding that Spirit is giving us building blocks for our spiritual practice, which I think is really cool. And last week, just to recap, Spirit was saying, be grateful for everything, not everything around your challenge, but even to get into gratitude for your challenges, for the stuff that's hard, right? And when Spirit said that thank you and I love you, gratitude and love is like a bullet train to the heart, to this God self, to the heart ease that radiates and draws in the meaning and fulfillment that we are seeking. I was like, and we've already been practicing that. I've certainly been practicing that radical gratitude. Anything that's coming up for me this week, whether it's like the best thing ever or really challenging emotional stuff or physical stuff, I'm really practicing like, thank you for this feeling of whatever it is. Thank you. And that's the practice. We've already been sort of like building the bullet train. So now when we sink into gratitude, when we sink into love, it shoots us straight into our heart. And Spirit says it doesn't take long. And that has been my experience. It doesn't take long when you slip into these experiences, the gratitude and the love, to zoom into the heart. The heart is where God is physically located in our body. We are the divine, and it's right here. It is the engine that wants to drive everything. We don't always let it. We often don't let it. We're often up here or in, fear, ego, mind, whatever it is. But dropping into the heart, getting into that heart ease, allowing the energy to emit, opening to all the possibilities, brings in that meaning and that fulfillment. So I ask you to consider moving into this week, after you're listening to this message, how can you integrate heart ease into your practice, into your spiritual practice? And remember, this is not about perfection. The physical experience, the human world is not about perfection. It's about experience, and it's all a practice. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't ever have to get this right even. You just practice coming to your heart, practice that heart ease, and watch what shows up for you. Watch the fulfillment that you feel, the meaning that you find in life that you simply cannot get to when you are in struggle, when you are trying to make it happen from a head place, from an ego space. And I'm not really trying to bag on the ego. The ego gets a really bad rap. The ego is our human experience, and it's okay. It's just a little unruly. And so we need to get into the driver's seat with our spirit, with our heart, and the ego backs us up and helps us execute on the meaning we pull into our life. This isn't about inaction. This is about heart ease and then springing forth into what Abraham Hicks calls inspired action. So that's what I'm really feeling today about this message. And what I'd like to do before we bring on our panel, for any latecomers, I'd like to read the message again. And then we're going to jump on and we're going to talk about it. So again, when you're listening to the message, feel free to leave a comment, leave a question. If you have a ping from Spirit, if you have an expansion on this, we want to hear about it, okay? Because you're helping us get a better understanding of what Spirit is intimating to us. All right. The patchwork quilt. We're all working on this together. It's not about the individual. It's about the collective and collective understanding of divine spirit. That's what we're here for. Okay. One more time, the message. The cause of much suffering for you is the struggle to make meaning of your life. There is no meaning for you to create. Your original human objective is to be with your heart and meaning. Such glorious, joyful, rampaging meaning springs from that center and only that center. That is the seat of the divine in your physical body, the heart. You're not on this earth to struggle, but this is a choice that is honored, like all human choices. What we wish to impart to you today, dearest ones, is ease. We wish for you ease. Do not mistake us. We don't mean complacency. We mean heart ease. And from that place of heart ease, what must spring forth is robust, excited action. And that is how the meaning you search for is made manifest. This is where you discover true fulfillment, that which you inherently sense is available to you. But this fulfillment is not built from frenzy. There is no scrambling for this meaning. It emerges from a heart at ease. And this personal fulfillment that comes from the joy, the love, the faith in your heart, it ripples and tumbles out of you and makes collective meaning too. It fosters the energies of unity, community, and support. It uplifts everyone in your sphere. Your heart ease impacts thousands. To be in your heart is to let all be for this moment. Let your identities be, the roles you create for yourself and those created for you. Let be your pain, old wounds and new. Let be your relationships, the troubles and attachments. Let be your fears. Let be your judgments, your stories. Let be your conditioning, your habits. Let all of yourself, all of your experience just be. You don't need to have a big release. You just need to let be and cease all the struggle. And this moves you into your heart. Gratitude and love are like bullet trains to the center of your heart, to your God self. Repeat to yourself, thank you, I love you, over and over again until you reach your destination. It doesn't take long. Cultivating heart ease is the great work of the human collective. To foster the heart at ease and step into the truest meaning of your experience on this new earth. Thank you so much. All right. Give us just one moment and we'll be right back for questions, audience Q&A, and our panel discussion. Boom, boom, boom. Here we all are. Ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Karen.
Hey. All righty. Hey,
Karen.
okay.
Yes.
Hi, beauties. Okay, so
beautiful message.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around and I'm going to ask you to introduce yourselves real quick for anybody who does not know you. And then tell us what comes to you. I want to hear what comes to you about this message. You all got it yesterday, so you had a chance to sit with it, meditate with it. I want to hear what you got expanded for us. And then we're going to take some questions and comments from our viewers today. So Charlotte, babe, let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Baggett, and I've been working with Bhava for probably 3 years now. It's been a while, but three and a half. I don't know. It's been a while. But I am from Weatherford, Texas, and I love this group of ladies and men, and they encourage me to be all that we can be. And I'll read the message that I got, that I wrote down, and it goes, breathe into the heart to feel the expansion of the lungs, sending life force energy to the internal being. You must love you. You are divine. You are love. You are joy. You are unique. You are you. So be all of that uniqueness. You have for the world to embrace your divine love. Your breath calms you, your soul, and your energy, and allows you to be in the new with an open heart of love for you and others.
Oh my God.
Then it says, I said to breathe deep into the lungs, to raise your diaphragm, to open up your space so more life force can enter your body, and be the true meaning of you and expressive of love.
Oh, I love that. I love that you got the breath, the message with the breath. I love it. Every time you guys pull in something about the message that I channel, I'm like, of course. Like it's just beautiful. The breath is right. That is spirit coming into our being. Oh, that's gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing that and writing that down and bringing it through so gorgeously. It was like listening to poetry. Okay, Daphne, introduce yourself. Tell us what comes to you about this message.
Oh, I'm Daphne Gerry. I've been with Bhava for about a year, I think. I'm from Florida. So I got the message, and of course, you know, my third eye was like, what? It's awesome. So really, what came through the most for me was being at ease, because there's so many people strive and struggle. We all do, like it's part of our conditioning, I think, right? And being at ease is like being in the space of spirit always. Okay. So in other words, we are not using our own energy when we're at ease. We're using spirit's energy. There's no need for us to use our own because we're in flow, right? And it came across as like this like childlike exuberance, like, you know, like when you're a kid and you wake up and every day's a new day because you don't know what to expect and everything's an adventure and you're just stoked, like you're just happy to be on board. You know what I mean? Yeah. To me, that's what ease is. And it's knowing and understanding and understanding that we are divinely led and guided. And so there's no need for struggle. We can just flow. I was like, yes, I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah. I love that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daphne.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, wait, sorry. You done? Okay.
Yeah.
Karen, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what comes to you for this message.
I'm Karen Wiand, and I'm from Traverse City, Michigan. And the funny thing is, when you were doing your meditation, Ingrid, I had one yesterday too, but then I read it. I'm like, oh my God, this is like too funny. I get messages from people that used to be here, used to walk this earth, and they're usually historical people at any time, at any point in history. It doesn't really matter. And the word came through jurisprudence. And jurisprudence is simply philosophy. It's philosophy of law. And after that came in, I got some ex-judges came through. Sandra Day O'Connor, William Rehnquist, and Judge Scalia came through, like a little panel of people.
Wow.
And their message was really good for us, and really just supports what you're saying. And what I got was this: you have a unique opportunity to bring it all together right now. Everyone has a place at the table, and everyone always has. Let times like this help you mend the wrongs you think you see. Look closer, and you'll see that there is really nothing wrong at all. The more you cling to the need to judge everything around you, the more you realize you're at that's the bottom ladder of the bottom rung of the ladder of importance when all this is all said and done. Then they finished with this: the most freeing discovery upon leaving this earth is the sudden and unmistakable realization that you did a beautiful job of your life.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I love that. So I'm just going to remind folks that we want to hear from you. So comment. If you're listening to us, you listen to the message and you're getting a ping, or if you have questions or something coming up in your own life, leave a comment. We want to bring you on, and we want to talk to you, connect with you, and that you help us expand this message. Already, the three of you have just taken, my lens, the spirit came through, and just made it so much broader and more meaningful, for me. That was really beautiful. Thank you. Hey, Angelina left a comment, and this is one of those you can't make this stuff up moments. Look at this. She says, I've been struggling with meaning and purpose, and I went for a walk earlier and received the message, work from my heart. Let go of the plans and trying too hard. Go back to going with the flow rather than worrying about complaining, completing one achievement after another. It's, this really speaks to me. This is like, we're all getting the same message. That's why I love to come together like this. We're all getting the same message. And spirit, that's why we're all needed, though. All of the people out there who feel called to show up and be the messenger, because it comes through different ways. Karen, you pretty specifically get messages from our dearly departed celebrities and high profile public figures. That's really cool. I have my spirit guide Mons, and Daphne herself is totally irreverent and delicious. So that's true with different forms, and it's all the user-friendly interface with the divine is what it feels like to me. It's like we're bringing through the divine however it is meant to come through us. But look at this perspective. Look at this lens that we've created. All the different colors, and some of the rose-colored glasses, some of the purple ones and violet ones. It's really, really fun. So, and Angelina, I've had the opportunity to work with Angelina a little bit, and she is a really open and gifted intuitive herself. And I love what she brought through about, how she brought through the same thing. This is what we're doing. Oh yeah, this is the collective message right now. So bringing it into heart ease, letting it be easy. That's what Spirit says to me all the time. It's like, let it be easy. Let it be easy. Yeah. I'm busy making it hard. Okay.
Right? Yeah. Kiss method.
I'm busy making it hard. Nicola has a comment. I've been learning lots on my journey to ground more and to slow down, which when going fast all my life is more of a challenge than I thought. Yeah. Yeah. The moving really fast is the way that our ego keeps us out of one of the ways our ego, our mind, our fears keeps us out of our highest expression, keeps us out of our heart-led life. Is like, you got to hurry up. You got to hurry up. And Nicola, what a great practice to slow yourself down, even though it's challenging. And I'm with you, babe. I am one of those people that like to go a million miles a minute because it feels, safer. But slowing down is powerful practice. So good for you. How about you? You guys need to add about
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, we have been programmed to run, right? That's our programming. So to slow down, it takes us out of our programming, right? So good for her to recognize it and do it. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And when we're running, it allows us, it deflects what we really need to be seeing, because we're just running past it so fast we can't see it.
It's a blur.
It's the slowing down allows it to really sink in. Just like when you pass something 10 times and then finally, the 11th time you're like, oh, what has that been there? That's there. And it's like, because you're slowing down and you're actually have your eyes open this time. And it's like, oh, that has been there, and you just have to slow down and see everything as it is.
Yeah. It brings you into the present. It's like driving on a street in a car versus walking on the sidewalk.
Yes.
It's a totally different experience because you're going so much slower when you're walking.
Yep.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah. Coming into the moment. I just feel like presence work is so powerful because the message I get is that's where God is. That's where it is right there. That's the only thing that exists is the right here and the right now in this moment. And coming into the present, experiencing the divine. And then the other thing Spirit tells me is the divine is physically located in our heart. So getting present drops you into the heart and automatically slows you down. And gives you access to the ease that we're talking about. And also the other thing that I was getting that I didn't really find, Spirit didn't touch on too much in the message downloaded to me, but boy, your intuition really ramps up when you get into your heart and get improvements. Like, yeah.
Because you're able to feel within better within the body.
Yeah, you're not all up in your head and moving a million miles.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you're more internal focused than external. So we're listening rather than kind of, I always like to try to dictate to Spirit how I'd like to see things go. That never works out well.
Get out ahead of it.
Yeah.
We could try. I mean, you could try if you want, but it's better just to listen.
It took a while. It is.
Yes.
And the spirit, I've heard this said, but I want to sort of like take it a little further. Spirit doesn't give you what you want, gives you what you need. But actually, spirit is giving you what you want. You just don't necessarily know that you want it. Because in that struggle from our mind, meaning, we're trying to figure out what we want to give ourselves happiness and meaning and fulfillment. And that's never it. And the feels like, the reason for that is because the mind, you can't get there from the mind because the mind can only conceive of what it's already experienced. And spirit is trying to give you that newness, that excitement, that expansion that you were talking about, Daphne, when you're a kid and you wake up all excited because you're like, what is the day getting to reveal? And you haven't grown up enough to be curmudgeon-y about like your letdowns or whatever.
Right.
So that's why we don't get there from the mind. It's not that the mind is not useful, it is, but it's best in executor role. It's like open your heart and get excited about the feeling that's coming. And then when something shows up, a form shows up that you couldn't possibly comprehend of, let your mind execute on the action that goes into working with that form. So, I mean, spirit tells me, that was one of the messages I got earlier this week is like, hey, it's all rigged in your favor. Will you stop? Just stop. We're helping you. Even when it sucks, we're helping you.
Right.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a meter. If we want to use a meter for how fast we're going to get to the place we want to be, which is happiness. See, it's easier for me to envision only one source. And that means forget about love versus evil or love versus hate, because that doesn't exist. There's only one thing that exists, and that's love. So if you want to just see yourself not feeling so much love, then understand you're pinching yourself off a little bit. You're crimping the hose a little bit. You're only giving out less love. You're not giving hate, you're giving less love. You can go way down the meter, but you're going to do much better when you are just opened up all the way.
Right.
That's a good way.
I
love that.
I love that. Well, it's like everything is.
Love that.
If love is creation, creation is love. That's what everything is made of, is love. And when we drop in, we can really feel that, oh, it's all love. You remember that moment, the first time you went, oh my God, it's all love. And you really felt it. And then we go back to our human brain and we're like, da, 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 da. But like everything is an expression of love. Even the fear or the hate, it's a different expression of the same energy. So I love taking away the divisiveness, Karen, and just being like, it's love. It's one aspect of love or another. And last week, and I'm still like zinging from last week's message, which felt so powerful to me, which was about radical gratitude, getting grateful. If you guys recall, grateful for the crap, grateful for. So when you get into gratitude for your fear, like I'm feeling afraid right now, and you just thank you for this experience. Thank you for this experience, dropping into the moment. It completely transforms it to the expression of love that we're looking for, so to speak. Radical gratitude. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything to add?
I agree with that.
Yeah, we concur.
I agree with that. It's easy to shift. It's easier to shift, right, when you're in gratitude. It's so much easier to shift pretty much everything when you're truly coming from a space of, you know what, that experience, I can be thankful for it. I can say I am thankful for it because there was so much wisdom teaching in that experience. Sometimes it does feel like you have to dig for it a little bit, but as long as you get there, that's all that matters. And being grateful for it allows you to expand. I think in ways you wouldn't have been able to before. Yeah.
I actually have found that not digging for the meaning in difficult experiences, but just staying on the surface of it and being grateful for that experience just for what it is, just for showing up. That makes very clear to me how it's working in my favor, how that is another tool for spirit to make my life better and more expansive and support me further.
Mm.
I think that's really
Right.
cool. But, and
True.
then that meaning that, oh, look how much I'm getting out of that becomes clear as well. Really clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
That's something.
I had a thought. Yeah, I had a thought. And like, don't have the expectations so grand that you are discrediting the other person. Instead of, I think our expectations are what get us in trouble sometimes. If we just have the open heart and just give what we want, it can be received a lot easier, or they can give to us. We can be in exchange a lot easier than have an expectation and like, oh, you didn't do this. Versus just don't expect them to do that.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
that if that's what you want. Do that versus, and then they'll return it instead of beating each other down. Just do it from the heart instead of having the expectation. Well, they're supposed to do this. Well, no, you do it. That's what you want.
I
Oh,
love that.
I love that.
Yeah, expectation is a construct of the mind, right? Kind of going
Mhm.
back to the mind. When you're in heart, you can let things flow as it needs to flow. You don't have any expectations, you have allowance. And expectation and allowing is two like similar energies, but really different energies. Allowing opens up for all the possibilities. Expectation is you have to do it this way, this person this way. That's great,
Right.
darling. I love that. Totally.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
It's like seeing life as a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And everyone
True.
is playing their part and appreciate everyone's part. You don't get mad at actors after their movie's over because they didn't do it right.
Right.
Correct.
Because
And
they were the
honestly-
bad guy. We don't because they're a bad guy or the good guy.
Well,
We appreciate them for the role they play. And so we're all playing roles. Every one of us is in this big giant movie. And so it's all being done for us to learn something or appreciate something.
Something.
Yeah. So just see
I like that.
it for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the thing that comes to me, so I'm watching this show. There's 7 seasons on Netflix, so I'm like really deep into it. It's called The 100. And I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a great sci-fi show. So my partner and I are like in it. We just have to get through it to get our life back, right? But it's like ridiculous because when there's 7 seasons of a show, it's just like, oh my God, what are you doing? But what keeps us hooked into it is like it's all drama, it's all like just like there's this, life, our physical experience is meant for change and drama to some extent, and like just expansion and growing and churning and blowing things up, and when you're in your head and when you're trying to control that and you're struggling with that, then you make yourself miserable. But when you drop into your heart and, like Karen is saying, you don't get mad at the players for playing their roles. It's just like, oh my God, what did you see what happened? And all of a sudden, you get to just enjoy life in a really profound and powerful way. And this is actually a really big deal for me personally to be speaking about this, because I tell you, I was born into a brain that takes life very seriously and like doesn't have a very good sense of humor. I have cultivated this joy and coming into the heart. And I know many of us have, all of us probably, but yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like a little bit of my show that we're watching. It's good.
It is good. I've seen some of that.
It'll be a comedy soon.
Oh my God, drama. Oh, beautiful.
Well, that was good.
Absolutely. Well, how do we feel, ladies? Does anybody have anything to add? We've expanded on the message. We've answered some questions and some comments. Do we feel complete?
I'm
Absolutely.
good.
We feel amazing, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
wonderful.
Super good. Yeah. That was a great
strong.
message. I loved it. I'm so happy to see Karen.
Happy to see
Charlotte.
you, as always.
Yes, beautiful souls we have.
we do have people.
Right.
I'm so grateful for each of you for coming on today,
Yeah.
Charlotte, Daphne, Karen. I love bringing us together and expanding on this message and these discussions. And it just feels so good to show up and be a part of this energy and create this sacred circle with you. So thank you again for taking time and showing up and being part of this energy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
So just to kind of wrap
you.
here, I'm just going to change the screen a little bit because I have a few announcements I want to make before we wrap up our Bhava Sunday service. So thank you for jumping on and listening and participating in the discussion and participating in this message. And we hope that it's been really helpful to you, that it's something you can integrate into your life and take it out moving forward. If you found this video helpful and it worked for you, please share it with people who you think would benefit from the message as well. Judith, thank you for commenting that you shared it. That is very kind of you. We really appreciate that. We're going to be here. We're here every Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, same place. We have different players because different members of our Bhava leadership community will come on and talk about the message and expand it. So it's always different. It's always new energy, and it's really a fun thing for us. And so we appreciate it. If you're watching on Facebook, give us a like, hit share if you feel so called to. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to us and press the little ding button so that you get notified when we go live every week. So once again, Sundays, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Same time, same place, new players. If you, we are, so you're laughing at me, stop that. Your church and donations are gratefully and graciously accepted. So it's a tax write-off if you want to donate to us. Any little bit helps. Time, money, expertise goes into everything that we're building here. It is our mission. It is our love. And if you want to contribute to us monetarily, thank you very much for that. You can follow this link, bit.ly/donatebhava, and leave a little one-time donation, or you can do a little monthly recurring donation. You can also find the link in the description of this video as well, so you can just click on it. Okay. We also have a new program. It's called our Bhava Sitters program. So what this is you get to join our classes and get psychic readings, energy healings, mediumship readings, the stuff that we're working on and honing our skills. We need you to jump on so that we can practice on you. So if you want to get a psychic reading or a mediumship reading, energy healing, we do a different class every week. So again, that link is in the description. You can click on it. You can sign up for the next class. It's $25 to come in and get spiritual services from our Bhava babes, and you know what? They are really, really, really good. So I highly recommend you jump on that. It's a hell of a deal. Okay. And then finally, if you are interested in membership, in joining our Bhava mission, like I said earlier in this broadcast, I run the school. So it's the Bhava Ministry. You just talked to 3 of our leadership team who have gone through the program and graduated, or out doing their own amazing work in the world. If you're interested in joining our community and doing the deeper work and getting into your spiritual gifts, coming to really understand your spiritual gifts and how to take those out into the world, send me an email, Ingrid@bhavamission.org. Let's have a conversation and see if it's a good fit for you. I would love to talk to you if you're feeling called to this energy, called to this mission. We are open for enrollment. Okay, that's it. That's what I got. Ladies, thank you again so much. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you again next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye all.
Bye.
Bye.